the reason, in part, that I made a covers record was because I was ready to record a new album, but I didn't know who I was going to do it with, and things take time. And the gentleman who made Asking for Flowers with me and mixed back to me is a guy named Jim Scott, and Jim Scott's name was the name I used to read in the liner notes of all the records that changed my life, like Tom Petty's Wildflowers, for which he won a Grammy. And of course, you know, Lucinda's Car Wheels on a Gravel Road. The list goes on and on. He's just sort of on every record that you've ever loved. And he's truly one of the most wonderful people I've ever worked with in the studio. And he's sort of in the early stages of sort of winding down his studio, unfortunately. But I called him when I wasn't sure what to do, except I knew that I should be working on my algorithm, which was actually what somebody told me. And so the idea of doing a covers record came to be. And I think the person who suggested it thought that you know, I would cover, like, I don't know, fucking Chapel Roan or something, like help yourself, cover popular people. And I was like, but I don't know what to do with that. And so I picked like a Flaming Lips song and a Bruce Springsteen song and Tom Petty song and of course the Logical song. Who wouldn't cover that? But this song that I covered was sort of the one sort of tethered to a contemporary that made perfect sense to me, a songwriter who has had an incredible few years and is sort of crossed over into sort of the rock stardom that he so rightly deserves. And so I covered Jason Isbell's Traveling Alone. And I sent it to his manager, Tracy, who's a lovely woman who's always been so good to me. I just said, you know, I don't know if you want to pass this on, but I'm doing a covers record. And I did a Jason song. And so she did pass it on to him. And a few days later, he messaged me to tell me that he pulled over to the side of the road and he sent me a message telling me how much he loved it. And I said, well, that's fucking great. Do you want to sing on it? And he was like, okay, which is a miracle in itself. And then, you know, he was asking me what I was doing for my new album. And I said, well, I have the songs ready to go. I have more songs than I've ever had for a record ready to go, but I don't really, you know, I'm looking for a producer. And I genuinely had hoped in his, like, you know, sphere of names. I was like, if you know anybody that you think would be a great fit for me, I would love to hear who they are, because I'm searching. And he was like, well, maybe I'll throw my hat in the ring. And I was like, great. And so last September we started recording, and it didn't finish, we didn't wrap up just because of the timing and stuff until just January, February this year. And but it started all because of this song, and I'm obviously incredibly grateful. My husband this morning sent me a screenshot of Reddit. He was like, it was on the Jason Isbell Reddit. I was like trying to describe to the other person in my band who's a Luddite like me. I was like, do you know what Reddit is? And he was like, yes, I think. I was like, I think it's like a bulletin board online. And my husband was like, see, Jason fans know about you because you worked with him. And that's an incredible gift that him championing me is happening a little bit. And so I'm hoping that this song fucking just makes him a couple extra bucks, so he knows how grateful I am. I love this song. I think it's a beautiful, brilliant song. As somebody who splits my time between Florida and Canada, I sure fucking know what it's like to spend a lot of hours on the road now. And this is sort of the stretch of the drive, which is about halfway, which is West Virginia. It's sort of where I imagine the song was written. At least when I sing it, it is. Mountains rough this time.